I am an author and I am a storyteller and a tree planter and a kindness campaigner. That's the end of the list. Honestly, the thing that interested me about the role of Riddler in Residence was the title Riddler in Residence, because I realised that it would be impossible to get a job with a better title, but also really interested in the Exeter book, the opportunity to look at the riddles and the Anglo-Saxon poetry and just spend some more time in Exeter.
So in the Exeter Cathedral Library and Archive, we have a book called the Exeter Book, which is the oldest book of English literature in the world. It contains a lot of riddles. We wanted to have a writer in residence, but we decided to call them the Riddler in Residence to match the riddles in the Exeter book. All the riddlers have had a slightly different remit. For Bernadette, it was about being out on the green and engaging with people who use St Petrock's Centre for homelessness.
And after everything fell apart, he spent a few uncomfortable nights on pavements on the high street in the city centre, but it was noisy and he didn't feel safe. He felt an exhaustion he'd never experienced before. So one day he got a bus to a nearby seaside place he knew and found himself a haven. There were deep, generous shelters near the beach with comfortable benches. He was protected from the wind by the pastoral beach huts. There was a shower in the shelter used by surfers and sunbathers, a perfectly preserved, actually working phone box. There was a coffee place. It was clean and tidy, and he could watch the sunrise and sets with all the glorious colours. So I was doing a variety of creative writing workshops, and I wanted to make sure that people could sort of join in the way that was most comfortable to them. And I tried to make sure that it was fun, especially when I was out and about on the green.
It's really been a culmination of all the projects that we've run as part of our National Lottery Heritage Fund activity plan. So we wanted to think about gratitude, celebration and hope.
Talking to so many people is the thing I've enjoyed most about the project, and just really nice to have deep and sort of meaningful connections and conversations about journeys and about gratitude and about hope. I'm going to be reading some of the stories in the booklet that we've produced called Making Our Hearts Bigger. The title of the book is inspired by the novelist Bernadette Russell, who said, "Stories can conquer fear, they make our hearts bigger." So the stories that I'll be reading tonight have been co-created with everybody that I did workshops with. So we're going to hear those, and I'm also just going to tell some stories that I've playfully created as a sort of folklore of Exeter.
And he said, well, I've asked the clever, or amongst the cleverest, because there's a lot of clever women in Exeter. Okay, I need someone else to help me. So he went out on Cathedral Green, and you know what Cathedral Green's like. And that day, it's full of buskers. There's people busking. There's people doing cartwheels and somersaults, and someone's singing cover versions of the Beatles, which is incredible because the Beatles haven't even been born.
It's been really good fun. The Cathedral team, the archive, the education and community have just been fantastic to work with, and it's been really lovely having conversations with people. The biggest surprise for me was that when I went out and about asking people what they would thank their feet for, and I just thought nobody's going to go for this, and everybody went for it and had some really good conversations. So yeah, nice surprises.